Thank you for joining us again. This is Paul Wilson.
And Chris Hemke.
Jaran Holder.
Thanks for listening to the Diesel Performance Podcast. We are live here at UCC 2018 in Brownsburg, Chris.
Lucas Oil Raceway.
Man, it has been a big build-up for this.
This is everything I thought it was and more.
Yeah, because you didn't get to attend last year.
No, I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but
reason.
Today we have Jaran Holder with us. Jaran, how the hell are you?
I'm doing great. Trying to survive. Hopefully it's a little downpour that we get the track ready to go
Hopefully
again.
they get the track cleaned up. I mean, I knew it was only going to pass over. It looks like there's clear skies, too, so hopefully they clean it up in a jiffy.
Yeah, I think the weather is supposed to hold out for the rest of the day here. Jaran, we were just talking a little bit before we started recording there. You competed last year with your 6-liter, right?
Yep, that's correct.
How'd you shake down at the end of the day?
Last year, we made a decision to switch to a 4R100 right before the event, a couple weeks. Testing was decent, but came here. We had no fourth gear the whole
weekend?
The whole event. So I dynoed and raced that way. I ended up dyno in third gear, no lockup.
Oh my
God. Put down like 1200. Wasn't that great, but we had some good launches off the track, but it just kept neutral and out.
Oh no.
Then one of my tuners for the sled pull put a sled pull tune in the 4R and basically just kept it in second gear, I believe, and then locked up at like 14 or 15 miles an hour. Did decent.
It moved the sled forward?
Yes.
Yes.
So with all of that, definitely some hurdles. What did you learn from last year?
Definitely come prepared.
Okay.
Don't try to put a truck together last minute. It usually never turns out well, as we can see,
Well, I was just going to make the comment. I feel like that's like a UCC staple of like, hey, we had a really solid platform and we had a really solid plan, and then a month before the event, we said fuck it and changed everything.
Or we have the truck together, it's going to be together the week of, and we're going to see what happens.
Yeah. Testing is done at UCC, right?
Yeah, right.
That last year, I think half the field did that, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
was,
And we saw it. We saw the carnage from what happened based on that.
There was maybe one or two guys that we interviewed going into the competition this year that weren't changing their setup.
Right.
There was a couple guys who were doing minor tweaks, but they had testing under their belt, different from last year going into this year.
Yep.
Other than that, everyone, it was the same process of, we're going to be ready the week of. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a couple shakedown passes on the street, but that's the extent of it. So, and you can kind of see who those guys are, like seeing the trucks going down the track.
Right.
Like, it is what it is.
Last minute is last minute. I mean, you're right down to it, right? Why did you decide not to compete this year?
I'm simplifying my truck. I went back to a single turbo. I'm just going to try to focus on racing and just keep with that. The 6-liter, what I have done to it, it can't make 2,000 horsepower. And honestly, that's what you need to compete at the main event here at UCC.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just felt like, I need a truck that's going to stay together and maybe more for your target than UCC.
Yeah.
Now looking to have the all-out ultimate truck.
Don't get me wrong. These events are great. I love them. I compete in Diesel Power Challenge. I love that atmosphere of doing all these events with one truck, competing against everybody. It's a great environment, an adrenaline rush from all the events. Mm-hmm. I love it. Maybe I'll do it again. We'll see.
Yeah. Come on, 6-liter fans. We need you guys to all write in and post on Facebook about how much you want to see Jaran compete in 2019.
Well, Jesse Warren just laid down a nasty run in his 6-liter, an hour ago?
Right.
He went 960?
960 in a 6-liter.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
So I have to look at my list. I keep track of all the top power strokes, dyno.
Always on
fucking Ford nerds.
Always on Facebook. Always on Facebook. Hey, updated list, guys. It's like, dude, come on. But
somebody's got to do it. Keep it fun for everybody.
Yeah, you're that someone.
But Jesse, I can't remember what Charlie Keeter's run was, but I don't know who has first now between the 6-liters.
Okay. Well, you'll figure that out.
That's right there. Well, they're both here this weekend.
Tomorrow.
Keeter's over. I was going to say, yeah.
Keeter's like right over there, right behind us.
Yeah. Has he dynoed yet?
That's what I was looking for.
I know. I was going to go.
I know he's late on the list, like 19th or something.
Gotcha.
But he's one of those people. Didn't really change much. He's kept his.
Yeah. What he swapped out the 2 atmospheric chargers for something bigger, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's kept everything pretty much the same from DPC last year.
No. Yeah, I mean, his truck definitely blew us away and impressed us. We really didn't think that
6 liter was going to win more or less years in a row.
Right,
Sorry,
right. No, but for real. And then on top of it, we also didn't think, like, even when we first saw that setup and heard, it's a triple turbo 6 liter, I was like, well, that'll make it to day 2. It was literally like what was in my head. I'm like, well, that's not going to last the whole weekend.
He's got the driver mod too, which helps.
He does, and that's what I think it is, right?
That's a big thing here too. I mean, and that's something that none of our competitors are talking about. It's, we got to keep the truck together. We got to do this, we got to do that. But experience plays a big role, and I don't care who you are or what you say.
Dyno, I mean, it does take a little bit of skill, but I mean, racing and sled pulling.
But that's 2/3 of.
I mean, that's a huge part of it.
I do think it's going to be a really interesting weekend. I think we're going to see some heartbreaks as we do every year at Ultimate Call Out Challenge. Who are some of your top picks for the weekend? Who do you think is going to really outshine?
I mean, obviously you got Levon and Firepunk.
Sure.
I've heard your podcast. I mean, one of my dark horse picks, maybe not dark horse, is I think Donovan from Armor Inc.
Yep. Donovan Harris,
yeah. But I don't think he made a good pass a few minutes ago. But
right.
Then you got Sean Baca, who just ran 880.
Whoa! So he went better than what he ran earlier. Earlier he went a 9.2, and I was 880. Wow.
880. So think about it. He wins the dyno every year.
Yep.
Right.
He can sled pull, and his downfall has always been the track here racing.
It is.
And
I mean,
now that he put an 8-second pass down,
Yeah.
he's gonna be tough to beat throughout the rest of the weekend.
I think that he's kind of that guy that someone like Levon's going to have to look out for. The truck has the wheelbase, so the sled pull could be in his advantage. He's going to kill it on the dyno. There's not even a second question about that. And when we did interview him, he was confident.
Very confident.
Was confident. There was no second guessing him. We got off that interview, and I was like, he's either got it or he doesn't. It's one or the other.
I mean, we all know Levon and Derek Rose show up to compete, right?
But
Derek Rose literally has a calculator so that he can track everybody's points as they're happening, and he doesn't have to wait for the points list to come out.
But those are two trucks. But those are two trucks that are set up in a specific way, where now you have someone like Baca, who is honestly playing in their territory at the racetrack, is going to blow them away on the dyno by hundreds of horsepower, and he has the wheelbase to go to the sled pull and just fucking kill it.
Yeah.
I think he's third. I think third or fourth right now on the track times.
Yep.
I mean,
he's in the top,
it's
right?
Consistency, right?
Yeah.
Consistency. So,
yeah. Okay. Who do you think that maybe people thought were going to be really good that is potentially going to have some issues? Who do you think maybe doesn't have the right setup for the weekend? Qualifiers?
Man, you're going to put him on blast and have him dog people like that?
Hell yeah.
He's going to post on the 6-liter forums in 2 more days about the.
Don't get me wrong. I've seen some trucks. There's a few qualifier trucks that
aren't going to make it.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's okay.
Hey, you're going to love this. So I think a 6-liter blew pistons and rods out of the block on the dyno earlier.
Oh yeah,
at 700 horse.
Yeah, 700 horse.
700 horse. Yeah.
I don't know what its potential is, but that's one of those trucks that. No offense to the guy, I don't know who he is, but I mean, it probably shouldn't have been here.
I mean,
that's why there's 30 qualifiers, though, right? It's because with the competitors, what do we got? 20 competitors.
Yeah.
And 30 qualifiers. There's a lot of fucking trucks. There's no way all of them can be great. There's not 30 competitors in that crowd. That's what the whole qualifier bracket is for. Is all right, you guys all think you have a place here? Prove it.
Yeah. I knew my role. I can't compete with the big dogs.
Tried, tested, proven, not doing it
not
again.
Doing it. Yep.
All right. What do you think about sled pulling on the circle track this year? How is that going to change it from last year?
I haven't seen the new track yet. I've seen pictures. I don't know.
It's we can see the top of it over there, but I can't see it. I have a feeling like circle tracks tend to be is that we're going to have either a lot of dust or pretty gravelly.
Hopefully they pack it down real good, but we'll see.
We'll see. It's that day 3 thing too, right? Where last year we had that rain right before the sled pulls, so we kind of had to wait for it to dry off. They had to go out there and play with the dirt and kind of scrape off that top layer before they went and pulled. This year the weather says it's going to be dry pretty much here on out. So I don't know how great that's going to be. Me personally, I'd rather see it get wet recently and then dry out as opposed to just be dry for 3 days.
I wonder if they'll bring some water in.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good point. That's a good point.
So now predictions. Who do you think? Top 3. Go.
Top 3. Now that Baca ran his 8, I think he has a good chance to win it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I really, really want to see Donovan put down a good pass.
Right.
So if he does, that's the second place. Then if Levon stays together, maybe a third.
Okay.
Whew.
So you think 3, Cummins?
That's the first person we've ever asked that called Levon in third, predicted Levon in third, just to let you know.
I mean, dude, you just dogged your dog.
No, I love Levon. I'm just throwing out. I mean, I have no beef with Levon. No. I love him.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. But, I mean, he has some competition. There is some guys that year 3, they're coming to fucking play.
Yeah, and we knew this was going to happen. We've been talking about this for a while, that it was Levon's to lose over the last 2 years. We all knew that, right?
Levon's he's the favorite. I mean, I don't know if he's coming to make up another pass. You know, the points are based on your gap between the next person, not just if you're in first place.
Right.
So I have a feeling he's going to come back out here in a little bit and put down a 7-second pass.
Yeah, I saw him walking around with the family. I mean, he's calm, cool, and collected at this point. I just saw him in the pits. He was just walking around with a kid.
This is his day to shine and put a gap on the field. Then tomorrow, you know, it's Baca's. If he can put a gap on Levon, even the field, then it's going to come down the sled pull.
So you think that it's a competition 1 and 2 between them, essentially?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I agree with that.
I'm with you.
I really do.
I mean, until somebody else breaks into the 8s today.
There's still a lot of guys that have to go. Okay, there's still more. We're not even halfway through the day. But the way it looks so far, I think it's a 1 or 2 between those.
No, for real. I mean, we have competitors who have not put down their first pass on the truck yet.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, seeing who's going to break into the 8s out of those guys, I've been calling Truck Source Diesel, Budahar. I think he's going to give everybody a run for their money on the track.
Yes, that's another one. He's a Ford, but Cummins, but...
Right. You know. But, yeah, no, I think there's a lot of racing to happen still today.
Yeah, day is young.
That it is.
Good
Very
stuff.
Cool.
Well, Jared, thank you so much for joining us. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I mean, my shop back in Cincinnati, Holderdown Performance.
There you go.
Good stuff. This has been Paul Wilson
And Chris Emke.
Jaran Holder.
Thanks for listening.